today I'm going to come off my soapbox well and truly and talk to you about the wellness industry and the concept of self-care. I think especially because it pisses me off, to be completely honest. The wellness industry has its place. I will start by saying that. It absolutely, obviously has its place, but it really, really grinds my gears for a lot of things. So I will start with a confession. I have spent God knows how much money on supplements and products to make your skin smoother and brighter and tighter, considering I'm only 26 and I don't have wrinkles yet. Journals, supplements, that red light mask that's doing the rounds, mushroom coffee, which I think is absolutely abhorrent. I'm not even mad about it. Like, the marketing of them all, phenomenal. And that is a separate conversation to have in and of itself. I'm not even mad. The system worked on me, you know. Acupressure mats, that's the other one. I have an acupressure mat, which is hilarious, and everyone thinks I'm insane for using. But the system has worked. It's set up and it's alive and kicking. It's doing really well. To caveat that, the global wellness industry is worth over $5 trillion. That's trillion with a T. That's bigger than the global pharmaceutical industry and more than the GDP of Japan. That's more money than I can even comprehend. Like, I can't comprehend billions, let alone trillions. And I think we can all agree, collectively at the minute, we're the most anxious, lonely, sleep-deprived and depressed we've ever been. So maybe, just maybe, we need to take a step back and have a think that some of the things that we're being sold aren't actually working. So I have done quite a bit of soul searching as well. I, as a teenager, went through periods of low mood. I went through periods of quite high anxiety. Mental health has been something that I have been aware of, you know, unfortunately, probably earlier than most. And that's just the way it was. And I came to the realization not too long ago, to be honest with you, that real self-care is boring, uncomfortable, and free. It's sleep. It's genuinely getting decent sleep. It's getting enough water. It's getting enough sunlight, which is a fucking joke in the UK. She says, looking out the window, it is June and pissing with rain. It's movement. It's friendships and community. It's setting boundaries, and it's genuine rest. None of it's glamorous. None of it's particularly Instagrammable, and yet it works. But instead, you are sold optimized morning routines that you can't sustain. I know members of the 5 a.m. club, and they can all fuck off, quite frankly. Supplements that are unbelievably expensive, that essentially just produce really expensive, really fancy urine. Apps to fix the anxiety that other apps have given you. £90 hoodies that are technically loungewear that work as well as the pair of ratty pajama shorts you've had since you were 15. And red light therapy, lymphatic drainage, cold plunges, mouth tape. I'm trying to think what else is doing the rounds on social media at the minute. That wobble board, the vibration one, which looks really, to be fair, it looks really fun. That's supposed to make you skinny. There's loads and loads and loads of things, and they're always trends. Have you noticed this? They're always like the it thing to have, normally around Christmas or Thanksgiving or Black Friday. We're ready to have the conversation about that. And then they fuck off. Then they disappear. So that should tell you something in and of itself. I don't know of any like wellness products that have like genuinely stood the test of time. I would be really interested to know. And before you come for me, I'm not bashing that any of these things like don't work. I'm not saying they don't work. I'm not saying that they're a waste of money. I'm just saying that they are unnecessary products for like your human well-being if your fundamental needs aren't met first. I'm not saying you can't have your wobble board and your mouth tape. because I have stupid shit that I've spent too much money on because I thought it was going to fix a problem that society created. The genius of the model, essentially, the genius of the model, of the marketing wellness model, is that they convince you that there's something wrong. There is something broken within you and that it's not enough, basically. They create a problem for you that I bet you weren't even aware of before you saw this ad. 2, they sell you the fix. 3, the fix doesn't work and you convince yourself, now aware of the problem, you convince yourself that it didn't work because you've got to buy the next thing. Rinse and repeat. Tell you you're broken, sell you the problem doesn't go away, you buy the next product. Which is why the wellness industry worth 3 trillion. The wellness industry sells you a problem before the solution. And that isn't a coincidence. It's an entire business model and a goddamn good one. I just want to ruminate on that a little bit more. $5 trillion. Like when I was researching it, I could not believe that was the number. I just couldn't believe that it had grown that much and had gotten that big. I think that's absolutely insane. But you do have to look at society at the minute. You know, we are living through a horrendous cost of living crisis where people are struggling to make ends meet. The wealth gap and the disparity of wages is getting bigger and bigger every single day. You know, the token of what it looks, I don't know how to say it, what everyone is striving for is changing. You know, we've gone from like muscles and being really curvy to being like stick thin again. Saw on fucking TikTok the other day that big boobs are back. It was it's all changing, like societally. Nothing's being fixed by any of this stuff. I think it's being pushed on you, on us. And it's over consumerism, really, isn't it? Like when we call a spade, they just want you to buy their shit. I don't know, I have quite a low tolerance for being sold stuff in general. I have a really low tolerance for being sold stuff that doesn't work. And I have a really, really, really low tolerance for someone trying to sell you something to fix a problem you don't have by making you feel bad about yourself. That really, really grinds my gears. Like, especially anything weight loss related, like, especially towards young women, like diet pills, especially, like, make me homicidal. But, like, it really, really, I get vexed. To be quite honest with you, team, I get vexed. Again, I'm going to do my damnedest to pronounce this wonderful lady's name. Gia Tolentio. Someone tell me how to pronounce that in the comments. She wrote a brilliant essay on the optimized self. Her point essentially being that wellness culture sells you the idea that the problem is you and not the conditions in which you live under. And she hit the nail on the head really there, didn't she? If you're burnt out from working 60 hours a week, the answer isn't magnesium. If you're overworking in the gym because you have been brainwashed into thinking that you need to be skinnier, mushroom coffee and protein supplements aren't going to help. If your brain is fried because we've all spent too much time on Instagram and all of that, I don't know, actually journaling and meditation might be but again, they're free. She caught herself in real time. But yeah, essentially, if you're burnt out from working 60 hours a week, which, you know, I don't know if we've all been there, but I've certainly been close. Yeah, the answer wasn't a red light mask and a wobble board and an acupressure mat. It was working less, putting up stricter boundaries and looking after myself. And funnily enough, no one profited off that. The placebo effect is also another really interesting one that's very real and very powerful, because sometimes the wellness thing works because you believed it. I've certainly had that with, maybe with the acupressure mat, you know, like it does feel really nice, it does relax my back, all of that. And I listened to sliced bread There's a podcast on BBC Radio 4, Is It Better Than Sliced Bread? Which is a really, really interesting one that debunks a lot of these like wellness products and things. About whether or not they actually work. And I think the consensus was that acupuncture and acupressure were very different things, but acupressure does work, but not as well as acupuncture. I digress. But the placebo effect, the placebo effect is very real and very powerful because you believed it. That's not nothing. Essentially, it does mean that you could probably get the same effect from a sugar pill, taking a walk, or having a conversation with a close friend, that rush of dopamine and all the other good chemicals that you're going to get from doing the thing. You can probably get somewhere else in a healthier, cheaper way. Essentially, I think what we're trying to narrow it down to is that the wellness industry sells you a belief. And the belief does work. And they charge you for that. They're selling you a mindset. They're selling you a set of beliefs. So, key takeaways from this. Now I've ranted about about something that I unfortunately, again, like the vast majority of you, am still a massive part of and a massive consumer of. I love the wellness industry. Love feeling better. It's all good. Watch out for anything that makes you feel worse and promises to make you feel better. Watch advertising, any adverts, to be honest with you, with a critical eye. It's really fun when you do. You're tired because your gut is inflamed and your cortisol is high and you're not eating enough protein and you need to be in cardio zone 2 for 45 minutes a day, and we can help you by giving you this. It's not health information, it's a setup. And if you actually look at a lot of the electrolytes, the other ones that are like doing the rounds, aren't they? If you actually like look at what's in them and stuff and go past the marketing bullshit, what you find is really, really interesting. And I'm not going to say it on here because I don't want to get sued. I don't know if that's a thing. But yeah, just start to watch adverts and marketing with a more critical gaze, and I think you'll be really entertained and informed by what you see. It's certainly something that I enjoy doing. And the actual basics of course, is that your nervous system needs stuff that is actually free. As we said earlier, sleep, sunlight, water, real food. We are essentially houseplants with more complicated feelings. Spend time with people that love you and that you genuinely love. Time outside and time off our goddamn phones. Again, these are things that I absolutely need to put into practice myself. I'm not sat here preaching to you because I don't have a leg to stand on. Quite frankly, this is just things that I've stumbled upon when I've researched, and when I have. These are just things that I've stumbled upon, really. And I will say as well, we are allowed to buy the supplements. We're allowed to buy the nice candle that smells really nice. We're allowed to have the £40 hand cream that promises that your hands will never be softer. We can absolutely have all of this shit. What we cannot do is mix and confuse consumption with healing. They're not the same thing. Buying things is great. Buying things is lovely. Buying yourself a little treat every now and again. Buying your friends treats. It's all good. We absolutely love it. But it's not going to fix, probably not going to fix like a deep biological nervous system-y type thing. It's just a little bit different. So what we're going to end on is, if you have to feel broken to buy it, it's not making you well. It's selling you the wound. Just take that to heart. I certainly have taken that to heart. And thinking about things more. And the big thing as well is, this is not you. Like, you're not silly for being a part of it. Hell, I'm as much a part of it as anyone else. It's a very clever system that's been set up by very clever people in order to get your money. And they're doing really well. You know, it's not a fault. It's not something And I certainly don't want it to feel like and I fall into it again. It's like the shame thing. I certainly don't want it to come across as that at all. It's a very clever system set up by very clever people, and unfortunately we're just part of that. Same with social media. Same with, oh God, everything else. As we spoke about, Instagram is designed to make you more anxious. It's very clever people that know what they're doing. So I think we'll end there on a slightly more optimistic note, to be honest with you, that it's not a problem. Just be aware and don't let anyone make you feel broken to sell you shit, because that's not fair. You're all fine. We're all fine. We're all going to be fine. We just need to take self-care back to basics a little bit before we start adding other stuff back on, I think, is the overarching message here. Yeah. So I think that's the overarching thing really, isn't it? Is don't buy shit if it makes you feel broken, because there's absolutely nothing wrong with you. Absolutely nothing wrong with you at all. Houseplant, complicated feelings. Be kind to yourself, be gentle with yourself, and don't let anyone tell you that you're broken, I think is the lesson for the day.